Hey everybody, it's Mike Sullivan with Born to Shine. Today we have Mike Lubelfeld, who is the superintendent over at North Shore School District in Highland Park, Illinois. And not only is Mike the superintendent, he's also a father, he's a husband, he's an author, and he's a speaker. So, Mike, thanks so much for being with us today.
Mike, it's awesome to be here with you on Born to Shine. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, sir. Now, what was your journey like, Mike, to become the superintendent? That's a big role with a lot of people looking up to you for your leadership, your guidance, your wisdom. What was your journey like?
It was a really wild journey where I never ever expected I would have been a superintendent. It never would have even entered my mind. I've had some really cool role models, mentors, coaches, guides, and folks I call guardian angels who, along the steps of my journey, have been together and they've helped me and they've seen around corners, Mike. I was a teacher. I taught eighth grade and sixth grade social studies, world history, Illinois history, US history, civics, reading, and I loved it. One of my years, I actually taught in Spanish. At that point, my Spanish was like really good, super duper. Now it's okay, but it was great then. And then I was guided into administration by an assistant principal, Jim Newman, really dear person and mentor and coach, life coach. And I got my administrative degree, and then I, on a lark, applied to be an associate principal or assistant principal, and I got the job. So that was pretty bizarre. And that was in 1998. So I've been on this side of the equation for a long time. I had a wonderful mentor in Dan Kornblut, may he rest in peace. And he took care and guided me, and I became the principal of the same middle school. And then Lori McIntyre guided me towards personnel. Never thought I wanted personnel, but I got into personnel. And then Dr. David Balo helped me become a superintendent, and Jane Westerhold helped me switch superintendency. So, Mike, I'm here today because others saw light in me, saw
Mhm.
ability in me, saw around corners I couldn't see around. And I'm grateful to each and every one of them because without them, who knows, my path would have been somewhere else.
Yeah, that is so cool. I love that. You have a humble heart and as a servant leader, right? And you're it's so cool how you're shining the praise on your friends that saw that, like you said, the light in you, saw something in you that they thought, well, you'd be great in admin. So that's cool.
Thank
And
you.
when you, Mike, were K-12, was there anything that you struggled with emotionally or mentally? Like for me, it was depression and anxiety, and I was bullied. Was there anything that you may have struggled with as a kiddo?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I didn't even realize what it was until like I was married, till I was a grown adult.
Yeah.
So I have sort of endured anxiety.
Mm,
Some points suffer, some points not. You know, go to the doctor for a physical, you get the blood drawn. So that is really hard for me. And I sort of grew up thinking I just didn't like blood or whatever, or I didn't like shots, but I didn't get vaccines and it didn't bother me. But any time there, and who knows? So you kind of grow up, you're embarrassed or a little bit ashamed of that or whatever. You feel different, feel uncomfortable. And I never really understood how it manifested itself in other ways and other areas and never even knew what it was until kind of I was a grown adult. And my wife was like, I don't know that it's normal to have to lie on the floor at a doctor's appointment, and you
mm,
seem a little bit uncomfortable. So then I talked to my doctor a little bit about it and understood what it was. And I've really been able to be empathetic
mm,
to specifically to youth. In my career, 30
mhm.
plus years as a public school educator, starting in the middle schools, then branching to K-8, and then also adults who may have had panic attacks or may have suffered or have that feeling of discomfort or not feeling right. It's allowed me to empathize because I actually can feel it and understand it. And then as I become a grown adult, treat it and address it. So, we try to destigmatize mental health and wellness in my
Mhm.
school district for students, of course, for staff, absolutely, but also for parents and community. So I'm not embarrassed to tell you that I grew up feeling that way. I'm not ashamed to say that anxiety is a real thing, and it can be addressed. Some people can take 3 deep breaths and be okay. Other people need someone to talk to. In our own district right now, Mike, we have counseling, we have live, we have anonymous, we have school officials. We're even toying with a medically approved group for some AI counseling for some students that we're going to roll out to our oldest students in the next few months. So happy to share it, and thank you for sharing it with me. I really want to model being empathetic, being human, and acknowledging that we're humans, which means we're probably flawed in some way, but that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with us.
Love it. Michael, that's beautiful, man. And I love your courage and I love how you're, as the leader, you're modeling this, that it's okay. It's okay to not feel okay. It's okay if you're having anxiety. It's okay. Whatever you're going through, it's okay. And I love how that experience has expanded your heart and blossomed that empathy where you can feel like if you notice a kid, because now you have a discerning eye, right? You're seeing it. You're like, I know what they're going through and I can feel it. So it's like, man, I'm sorry you're going through that. Let's get you connected. Let's get you some help, right? I needed it. It's totally cool. Everybody needs a coach. It's the same thing. So that's awesome. And in a perfect world, Mike, what would you love to see more of at North Shore School District for, in addition to the AI, in addition to the school counselor, just dream big because you're creative, you're an author, so you're writing some cool books. What would you love to see more of for emotional and mental health in the coming year?
Well, I'll tell you, I believe, and I've observed, and I've studied, and I've even written about. So, but learn every day, and certainly don't know everything. Guarantee you that. I would love to see where we talk about student centered, and we talk about student voice, and we talk about student agency. I would love to see our systems genuinely and authentically allow us to create conditions where the barriers of no are replaced with porous walls and doors of yes. And
Mm,
I would love to see a situation where I know we've got, 6 hours of a school day and we've
hmm
got 40 minutes for each separate subject and all of that.
hmm
I would love to see structures and systems in our school system. I know they exist elsewhere, but in our school system that remove the structures of rigidity that we endure. We don't always learn a subject in 40 minutes. Sometimes we need a couple hours to work on that project. And I see an intersectionality of mental health and wellness. I see an intersectionality of students feeling they have choice, voice, relevancy, and agency, and I see an intersectionality with really high quality content and rigorous learning experiences. So I
mm,
don't say, let's have student choice, Mike, and kids can choose to learn or not. That's not what I'm saying.
right.
So I have rules and stuff, but I'm saying that the structures we have that say 40 minutes you can learn math, and in 40 minutes you can learn writing, and in 40 minutes you can learn science. I'm suggesting those structures may be incongruous with the present tense and certainly our future. And I would love to say we've got 120 minutes, we've got some standards, we've got students with different ideas and passions. Let's create conditions that encourage them to demonstrate how they learn and what they learn in ways that are unique and distinctive to them. And then don't limit it to that. Stretch them a little bit by creating those conditions that make it comfortable and safe to take appropriate risks with reason. And there's no penalty if you don't succeed at first. Like the old Japanese proverb, right? Fall down 8 times or fall down 7 times, get up the eighth. Sorry about
Mm,
that.
mm.
General concept to
Yeah.
create those conditions where appropriate risk taking is encouraged. Students can share and show how they learn best, and they can demonstrate their learning in multiple ways. That's what I'd love to see.
I love it. That's awesome. That's incredible. That would be so cool because then the student is feeling seen, heard, valued, loved, right, safe, and I just think that that would be amazing. And Mike, if there's a student or maybe a staff member or maybe a parent that's watching this, what are some words of encouragement that you would like to share with him or her, or just words of edification? What's on your heart?
All the people who've gone into education, and I've known thousands in 33 years, Mike,
Mm,
they have goodness inside of them. And even if you're having a conflict right now and you don't see eye to eye, or maybe you've got an actual overt conflict, talk to somebody, reach out. I'm the superintendent. So often people say, "Hey, I don't want to bother you." Guess what? You're not bothering me. I'm
mm,
here to create conditions of learning for adults who take care of the adults who take care of the kids. And I might be busy, you're busy too. Just reach out. If you're unsure, if you're uncertain, if you're uncomfortable, reach out. And if you don't want to reach out to the superintendent because that's weird, reach out to somebody else. There's a lot of people who work in schools. Talk to the coach, talk to the theater director, talk to the school secretary, the admin assistant, talk to the custodian. We're all educators. Talk to the payroll manager. Someone is going to listen to you and someone's going to help you, and your questions are okay. So that's the message: is your questions are okay. Take the time to reach out. We genuinely care, and we're here for you.
yeah, I feel it. I feel your heart, and thank you, Mike, for your heart for your kids, your heart for your staff, and your heart for the parents. So thank you for sharing your story, which is really inspiring, and thanks for cutting out some time for us today.
It was really awesome. I appreciate the work you do, Mike. Thanks for spending some time with me. Be well and continue to share with people how they are born to shine.
Y-
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.